Hello, hello, hello.
Tonight, the major new warning signs for President Biden's re-election bid. New NBC News polling shows 74% of registered voters have major or moderate concerns that the president does not have the mental and physical health necessary to serve a second term. It comes as the administration's opponents raise questions about the 80-year-old commander-in-chief's fitness to serve after a string of incidents. On Saturday, the president mistaking the name of rap superstar LL Cool J while honoring him at an event.
And two of the great artists of our time representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip-hop in America, LL Cool J.
And earlier in the week, accidentally praising the Congressional Black Caucus at a speech delivered to the Congressional Hispanic Caucus.
My dad used to say, everyone is entitled to be treated with dignity and respect. The Congressional Black Caucus embodies all those values.
From stumbling on stage to tripping outside Air Force One, the president's opponents have sought to highlight his missteps as evidence his age is a liability. But Mr. Biden has pointed to his experience and has tried to disarm the issue with humor.
I got elected to the Senate when I was 29 years old. I had to wait 17 days to be eligible. That was 827 years ago, but it was a while.
The White House today brushing off the poll.
74% of registered voters say they have major or moderate concerns about the president's age and mental fitness. How troubling is that?
I get the polling that you're laying out. I get that, but we can't be focused on that. We also have to be focused on really speaking directly to the American people.
On the major issues, the polling is also dire for the president. 56% of voters disapprove of the job he's doing, the highest of his term. 59% of voters disapprove of his handling of the economy.
America has the strongest economy in the world.
A new Washington Post ABC News poll shows 62% disapprove of his work on the southern border.
They continue to undermine our border security today, blocking bipartisan reform.
And nearly 60% of Democrats tell NBC News pollsters they want someone to challenge the president in the Democratic primary, despite no viable challengers emerging. Mr. Biden now locked in a dead heat with a Republican primary frontrunner Donald Trump, 46 points apiece. One voter telling NBC News she isn't thrilled about the thought of a Biden-Trump rematch.
It looks like we may face another Trump-Biden matchup again. What do you make of the issue of age when it comes to voting?
That's a disgusting thought.
Gabe Gutierrez joins us tonight from the White House. Gabe, our new NBC News poll also gives us a look at how the rest of the Republican field fares in a head-to-head matchup with President Biden. Walk our viewers through what you found in there.
Well, Tom, we mentioned that dead heat between President Biden and former President Trump at 46 percentage points apiece. But looking at the other candidates in the GOP primary, President Biden at 46% against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis at 45%. You'll remember Ron DeSantis' argument was that he was more electable than President Trump. This poll seems to turn that on its head. But very interestingly, Tom, former Ambassador Nikki Haley is at 46% against President Biden's 41%. So she's ahead by 5 points. But critically for her, she stands a very difficult chance of getting through the GOP primary. One last point. If you put President Biden, former President Trump, and you add in third-party candidates, Biden's at 36%. Mr. Trump is at 39%. A libertarian candidate is at 5%. The no labels potential candidate is also at 5%. Green Party candidate at 4%, Tom. So that means the potential fear among Democrats that third-party candidates can siphon off votes from President Biden, according to this poll, that fear is real, Tom.
Yeah, we're going to get into that with our panel in just a moment. But before you go, you reported on that ABC News Washington Post poll, and it showed the president in even more trouble against Trump. Here it is right here. He's down by 10 points against President Trump with registered voters, 52 to 42. But if you read the Washington Post reporting on this, they go out of their way more than once to describe their own poll as an outlier. Either way, not great news for the re-election campaign.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. Yes, the Washington Post and other analysts do describe it as an outlier, but there's other things in that poll as well that poses some significant challenges for President Biden's campaign. For example, 91% of respondents view food prices now as negative. 87% view gas prices as negative. Of course, the president's re-election team is really touting Bidenomics and really trying to hit his economic record. According to this poll and our poll as well, there is a lot of an uphill battle here for Biden's re-election if they do plan to focus on that economic message. The question will be, can they sell that economic record to a skeptical American public, Tom?
All right, Gabe Gutierrez leading us off from the White House tonight. Gabe, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.